Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is our 19th lecture of classical mechanics. Here we will discuss the Hamilton's principle, also known as Hamilton's variational principle in calculus of variation. There are many systems in physics which involve two types of forces. Uh, one type of forces originate from the external agents and are immediately obvious to the analyst, but some of the forces remain uh, unclear to the analyst, as these are not originated by the external agents, but these are caused by the external constraints imposed on the system. So, uh, this second type of forces, these second type of forces are very difficult to be estimated, and someone cannot quantify these types of forces. On these basis, the applications of Newton's laws of motion to study the dynamical properties of the system under consideration remains intricate, since while we apply the Newton's laws of motion, we have to know the total force on the system. Here, the second type of force is unclear to us, whose effects can be felt, but its direct estimation is complex phenomena. So, Hamilton's approach, Hamilton's principle facilitates the solution of physical problems in which these two types of forces are simultaneously involved. Here, we should make it clear that Hamilton's approach does not lead to some new physical theory, but it elegantly describes the existing physical theories in uh, some better way. Based on these discussions, we can say that Newton was not the only physicist who worked on the principles of mechanics in the field of physics. There was another big name, which was William or Hamilton, who came up with his own rules to describe the dynamics of physical systems. He was the first one who noted that for a particle moving in single dimension, The motion of the particle can be represented by a space-time path. As we can see the diagram here, we are having a particle which is moving between these 2 points. This is the point 1 uh, in space-time frame of reference, and this is point 2 having coordinates t2 x2. This t2 x2 is representing that at time t2 the particle is positioned at uh, point x2, which is marked by this axis, x-axis, and at time t1 the particle under consideration will be positioned at point x1. In previous diagram, we have seen that the motion of the particle was in one dimension. If our studies involve the motion in more than one dimension, then one can think about the motion in more than one dimension in the same way as we have seen the propagation of the particle between 2 points in space-time graph, but it will be somewhat difficult to draw the path on the paper if the motion is in dimension 2 or 3 dimensions. In this way, we have to choose a single path between any 2 points, and that single path will be the only path towards to uh, towards which the Hamilton's principle will lead us. And Hamilton gave us the rule to estimate, to choose that single path out of the infinite number of paths. What is that principle? We can see that principle when an object moves through space in a given time interval, it will choose the path that minimizes the integral of the difference between the kinetic and potential energies. So we can see that this Hamilton principle is basically based on the minimization approach, and it leads us to choose a single path out of the infinite number of paths by taking this assumption that the best suitable path will be the path along which the integral of the difference between the kinetic and potential energies of the system remains minimal. The same minimization approach which was initially formalized by Hamilton, can be stated in detail here. Of all the possible paths along which a dynamical system may move from one point to another with a specified time interval consistent with any constraints. This is a compulsory condition to bypass the Newton's laws of motion so that we can refer to Hamilton's variational principle. So the actual path followed by the particle by the object will be along which the time integral of the difference between the kinetic and potential energies is minimized. This statement can be expressed in mathematical expression using the calculus of variation, and by this uh, expression delta integral with limits t1 to t2 t minus u dt equals 0. This statement mathematical expression explains that variation in line integral about that chosen path along which the difference in the kinetic and potential energies between these 2 points. Point 1, at which the particle or object is positioned at time t1. Point 2, at which the particle or object is positioned at time t2, remains 0. That's